Good morning. Very little to report yesterday. Just had the two Turkish matches really. So on to today. We start off with Burnley against Luton, two newly promoted sides, 3 wins plays 4 wins. Luton 2 wins and a 2-3 loss against Chelsea during Christmas. That's been discounted by the market, put Burnley as odds on favourite. No draw in 10 at home for Burnley. Their only home win came against 20th in the league. They did beat Luton 1-2 the last time these two met. As I say, solid Christmas for Luton. They've beaten 17th and 20th away, 1-2 and 2-3. So I'm going to disagree with the market here. I don't think Luton are to be dismissed. Burnley don't look like odds on favourites here. Both teams to score in a possible tight match this, where both teams will be eyeing the 3 points. Sevilla against Alaves. Again, another poor set of teams. Only 3 wins, plays only 4 wins. Awful stuff. Sevilla's good form against 10th and lower. Respect to that. Alaves' single loss only against 13th and lower home and away. So both sides can handle sides around their opponent's position in the league, which makes this a tough one to unpick. Alaves have failed to score in 4 of the last 5 matches. If that comes to bite, of course, Sevilla only need to score. 4-3 loss in the last head-to-head. 9 out of 13 goals scored at home have come second half for Sevilla. So we might have a 0-0 at half-time, but we could see a second half goal. That could be the potential angle there. Marseille at home against Strasbourg tend to do the business, particularly with that home support. They've scored 2+ goals in the last 3 at home. 6th against 9th, it was a 1-1 draw in the last head-to-head. 6 clean sheets at home. Looking very solid, Marseille. It's going to be tough to even score against. Only 1 loss since the 29th of October of Strasbourg, though. They're in good form. 3 consecutive 2-1 wins. Both teams have scored in the last 6 matches. German Bundesliga, 1.11 Bayern Munich. But it's coming off the back of a winter break, and Bayern in the past have lost their return match after a winter break, so be careful. Only 1 defeat for them though, 5 consecutive home wins, scoring 2+ goals in each of the last 7 matches. Bayern tend to score first and lead at half time in home matches. 3+ goals scored at home against 3rd and lower. Only 1 win for the Hoff since the 4th of November. Both teams have scored in the last 11 matches, so we expect that tonight. Expect a Hoffenheim goal, but will it come first? I would welcome an opening goal from the Hoff. 20-minute rule might apply for Bayern Munich. If it's 0-0 after 20 minutes, 1-0, 2-0, any unquoted half-time score market. Dutch Eredivisie, Valvik against RKC. Only 1 win for RKC since the 28th of October. It's poor stuff. Conceding in the last 10 matches. 16th against 15th in the league. RKC have played only 2 home matches against 7th and lower. A 2-2 against 12th and 2-1 against 17th. 11 out of 16 goals conceded at home have come second half, so we might see some second half action. 6 defeats in 7 recently for Heracles prior to the winter break. Only 1 away win came against 14th. 8 out of 10 goals scored away have come second half. So we might see second half goals. We'll be favouring RKC on what we see, but another case of a couple of poor sides. Those are the main matches this evening. In a welcome return, I think, for Elite League football. Eerste Divisie is with us. Watch out for both teams to score and over 2.5 goal in the Dutch Eerste Divisie. La Liga 2, Eibar, odds on favourites at home. No Belgian Jupiler League yet. Championship, Hull against Norwich. 2.05 favourite Hull. We can have a quick look at the research there. Hull against Norwich. Let's have a quick look. So head off to soccerstats.com. Championship, Hull against Norwich. So we'll just have a cursory look at the match. So Hull only 3 wins since the 2nd of December. Pretty poor stuff. Norwich coming off the back of no win in 3 away. 2 consecutive 1-0 defeats away from home. Only just losing. No draw in 8 at home for Hull. Something to remember. Norwich have conceded in the last 11 away matches. Failed to score in the last 2 away matches. So looking at home form for the home side, away form for the away side. See if we can pick out anything here. 7th against 13th in the league. Only 1 defeat at home for Hull against 8th and lower. In the head-to-head they did lose 2-1, but pretty good form. That's the only, 3 occasions they conceded 2 goals at home against 8th and lower, and only once did they lose. So that's a positive favouring Hull. Let's have a look down. Let's have a look at Norwich. 2 1-0 defeats in a row away from home. As I say, conceded in the last 11 away, so they might be vulnerable today to a goal. And they're playing 7th today, as you can see, against the top 8 away from home. No win, but they have had 3 draws, a 1-0 defeat and a 3-1 defeat. Could be competitive, you'd say. Both teams to score as well has occurred in all bar 1 match against the top 11 away from home. So both teams to score is on the cards. Hull have the more consistent form on the challenge table, as you can see there. Only the 1 defeat against 8th and lower. Is that enough to go to war with? Both teams to score are possible. Norwich could be very competitive if you have a look at some of their matches against the top 9 away from home. Goal filled 6, 8, 4, 2, 5 goals in total. And away from home they concede 11 goals away in the last 15 minutes of the first half. So if it's 0-0 after 30 minutes, you might want to have a speculative play on laying the draw in the half-time market. So that's about it for Hull and Norwich. Looks both teams to score are possible there, with Norwich being more competitive than the market would give them credit for. Premier League 2 and Professional Development League tends to be over 2.5 goals, so do watch out for that. 7 o'clock. And elsewhere, Italian Serie B, good to see that. Lecco have been a good side away from home, so I'd be watching that with caution if I'm favouring Catanzaro. Lecco have put in some good performances away from home. It all kicks off tomorrow, of course. I'm not obligated to trade for you this evening. It's normally my day off because I do work Saturday and Sunday, but I do like what I'm seeing in the coupon. It might be a late one for me, and if it's a late one for me, I might as well pass on any trades. So it's not a must, but it's a would like to. So if I'm up and about later on, I'll certainly pass on some plays for you. Have a great Friday. If I don't see you tonight, see you tomorrow for a very busy Saturday.